Overwhelmed with decisions I had to make, panicking about the limited space I had to work with, dealing with my own insecurities, hesitation, procrastination, the list goes on and on and on. If this sounds like you or something you are dealing with, stick around, because in this video, I'm going to take you guys behind the scenes and show you how I built my... Wow, really? Show you how I built my first studio with very limited space, but most importantly, without breaking the bank. Creators, what's going on? This is Willy here with Fine Light Media, hooking you up with the latest tips, tricks, and reviews on all things photography and video. So if you are new here, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and smash that notification bell so you don't miss out on weekly videos like this one. Creators, I don't know about you, but I've put off creating my studio setup for way too long. Now it's time to get it going. Essentially, you want a setup that's compact with everything ready to go, that allows you to streamline your production process, save space, time, and future headaches. I said future headaches. I can't stress that enough. You want to be able to turn everything on and start recording immediately, which means you can edit and upload content much faster to start reaching your potential audience. You don't want to waste a ton of hours just setting up the studio, lighting, microphone, lens, computer, and whatnot. By the time you hit record, you are exhausted, you're drained of your energy, and that's gonna transmit through the lens. I have officially taken over with spare room in the house, which I usually use to store my gear or as a guest room when we have guests over. However, the biggest challenge with this room is that it's a 10 by 10 with a queen size bed in it. Yeah, Willy, why don't you just get rid of the mattress and problem solved? Well, guys, I wish it was that easy. We do use the mattress for when we have guests over and we have nowhere else to put it in the house. To solve the problem, we have decided to keep it in the room as a sound diffuser. A sound what, Willy? A sound diffuser. So it helps cancel out some of the echoes in the room and some of the sound reflecting off these walls, so that I won't end up sounding like this in all of my videos. And why am I talking like this? Knowing the exact space you have to work with is just the first step. The next big thing is deciding the feel and look you're going for that best suits you or your brand. This means choosing the right colors, the type of lighting, the angle of the camera, the lenses you're going to use, and as important, the position of the microphone so that you can pick up the best quality audio possible. A lot of folks don't realize this, but audio is as important, if not more important, than the video itself. You can get away with a crappy video with half good or decent audio, but the viewer is less forgiving if it's the other way around. Crappy audio with a great looking video, it's a no-go. Just keep that in mind. Why don't we dive into all the parts used to make this happen, starting with the gear. For the camera and lens configuration, we are using the Canon 1DX Mark II and the Canon EF 24-70mm f2.8 wide-angle lens. What's so awesome about this combination is that you can shoot in 4K and capture your entire background without losing too much of that creamy bokeh everyone is looking for. Bokeh, which is basically the visual quality of the out of focus areas of your image. Now, you don't have to spend 6 to 7K to get this combo just to get good quality video. You can easily achieve a similar look, if not the same look, with a less expensive camera, something like the Canon M50 or the Sony a6400. Both of these models are very popular among YouTubers. You can find a ton of reviews and tutorials on both of these. But the highlight of these cameras is, wait for it, you guessed it, the price tag. You can purchase any of these babies for just under 1K. Honestly, just about anything would do. Don't let this stop you. If you can't afford it, shoot with your smartphone, shoot with whatever you have, and move forward. To assist me with my scripts, I'm using an iCan PT Elite Universal Teleprompter that's a mouthful to say. And yes, you heard right. From time to time, I do read off a script to make sure I cover all of the key points that I want to address and that you, the viewer, get the content and the information you're looking for without making you lose too much of your valuable time. To record audio, we have the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus. One main feature I absolutely love about this mic is that when you turn your camera on, the mic automatically turns on. When you turn the camera off, your mic automatically turns off. For me, guys, this is a game changer. This means no longer forgetting to turn off or turn on your microphone during the shoot, or later on during the edit process come to realize you have no audio to work with, or worse yet, leaving it on all day and then come to realize your battery's dead. Zero battery power. Ouch. This brings me to the next thing. It includes a rechargeable lithium-ion battery pack that is good for over 100 hours of audio recording, which is just incredible. This is more of an on-camera microphone, but who's to say you can't use it as a boom mic? To do so, all you really need is an extension cord to run to your camera. In my case, to my Zoom H5 Pro recorder, which I then have wired directly into my camera. This allows me to control my input and output, get crisp audio every time, and create a backup of my audio tracks simultaneously. When it comes to lighting, the Aperture 120D Mark II with the Light Dome 2 is my go-to combination for my key light. The light itself is super bright, produces great color, daylight balance, and has excellent consistency. It has a built-in fan that is virtually silent. The dome itself comes with a universal Bowen mount, quick and easy setup and tear down with soft and even diffusion. It comes with a honeycomb grid to help you direct your light. Now, I personally use this combination for most of my freelance work with my clients, and I must say I absolutely love it. I urge you to do some research and find out which light works best for you. If you are interested in the light and dome combo that I'm using here, I'll have them linked down below. I'm a big fan of both and I highly recommend them. Creators, if you are getting value, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on my next video. Moving on to the actual setup. In part, I built a one-desk setup inspired by DSLR video shooter Caleb Pike, who made a killer all-in-one YouTube studio setup on a single desk. I'll link his video in the description. Please check him out. To make this all come together, we are using the Visa mount arms, traditionally used to hold monitors, but today we are using it to have all of our production gear clamped on to the back of the desk. In Caleb's video, he uses a third arm for lighting, but since our key light will have a separate off-desk mount, for this setup, we are only going to use the main post that attaches to the back of your desk and several arms that come off of it. A short arm with a suspension boom mic clamped onto it for the audio setup, and a 3-section long arm that supports weight up to 22 pounds, which is perfect for the teleprompter and camera arrangement. Our Aperture 120D Mark II and Light Dome are mounted on a Manfrotto outer pole using a super clamp with an extension arm attached. An auto pole, for those of you that are not too familiar with it, it's an extension pole that locks into place with tension across the wall or from floor to ceiling. It has a spring-loaded tip combined with suction rubber cups on the top and the bottom to provide you with greater security and stability on the wall. Most of these poles can actually extend from 7 to 12 feet. They can carry a total weight of about 65 pounds max load. The Aperture 120D with the Light Dome and the power bank is about 10 pounds. So you can easily get 3 lights, your camera, a boom mic, and other accessories on there for a more clutter-free workspace. So not having a bunch of light stand, tripods, and gear smack in the middle of the room, not only would this streamline your video production process, but also you will have a much neater and clean setup with all the free floor space you'll ever need. As furniture and decoration goes, we have a 2-piece bookcase for the background and a simple white desk we picked up at IKEA for a very reasonable price. By the way, links to everything from gear, furniture to Decor will be listed in the description below. For decoration, I have a moon lamp with warm and cool dimmable colors, which you can pick up on Amazon for about 16 bucks. It comes with a stand and a remote control. It's like the cutest thing ever. Artificial potted plants that I also picked up at IKEA for about 10 to 15 bucks each. But if you have some of these laying around the house, you might as well just borrow those for the shoot and put them back once you're done. Save yourself a couple of bucks. You can never, ever have too many lights, especially when it comes to your background. Autofocus speck of lights just make your background look so much cooler. Trust me on this. I have added 2 Apertures MC multicolor LED lights, which comes packed with cool features such as my favorite, the color picker mode, which gives you the ability to point your phone at any color and reproduce it. RGB WW lights have the full color capabilities in a range of 3200 to 6500 Kelvin. You can magnetically mount these onto any metal surface. How cool is that? The only downside is that the output is not all that great when compared to other options on the market. But for accent and background lights, these are perfect to give your setting a pop of color. I also have other practical flush mount LED lights in the room. These are battery operated and you can virtually use them anywhere you like. I use them to highlight some of the items on the shelf to make them stand out just a little bit more. I also have a canvas with a vintage 35mm film camera that I picked up at IKEA on my wall off to the side here, which gives the setting a very nice touch. Again, this may not necessarily work for you. I just didn't want to have a bare wall as part of my background and thought this piece might go well with the look I'm trying to achieve. Everyone's situation is different. Just do what works best for you. So, suppose you don't have a whole ton of cash laying around to purchase new furniture for your new setup. Okay, in this case, this is proof that you really don't need a whole lot to make it happen. Guys, work with what you do have at home until you are able to afford it. There are tons of videos on YouTube that show you how to creatively build an inexpensive yet productive studio setup. You just have to put in the time and do some research. That's all it takes. That's it. Case closed. Case closed. This video is over. Well, that's about it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it and that you found it very helpful. If you did, don't be shy. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Until the next time, catch you guys on the flip side.